Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed your summer. We're back here in Jackdaw Hollow and I'm going to put a new pathway in because I want to expand on the village. So I'm going to build around the outside of the village and then fill it in from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to knock out all the mud blocks, all the grass blocks, and remove this tree. Pop in some steps so that we can go up to the next level. And then again up to this level, and then I'm just going to shape the pathway around the little hill that's here, so that we can put houses either side of the hill, but the houses on the right hand side will be slightly higher than the houses on the left hand side, so hopefully you won't lose your view of the sea. Here we go. I won't go all the way along with this at the moment because I only need just enough for my first house, and today we're going to build honey house. It's where our beekeeper's going to live. Hello! So to start off with, every good medieval house has an animal enclosure. So we'll tidy up around here a little bit and we'll put our animals in a little lean-to next to our main house. I'm going to keep the shapes of the main house and the animal enclosure quite simple this week. Just a small little animal enclosure. You can make yours as large as you like. You might want to come out a little bit further towards the trees maybe. But I just want a simple little animal enclosure because they're probably only going to have chickens or a pig or something. I'm going to put the walling on the ground on the sides of the enclosure. At the back of the enclosure I'm going to put it on the actual blocks. And we'll use the usual mishmash. We're going to use all the grey blocks, andesite, stone brick, cracked stone brick, moss covered stone brick, and we'll do the same with the steps and with the walling. I'll do my first course of the roof in the stone steps, and then I'll move on to the oak steps and oak slabs. And the roof doesn't have to be too high because the pigs are very short and so are the chickens. So here we go, and we'll bring that wall up and then we'll fill in underneath the roof with some more slabs so it ends up like blocks really. And then some fencing and a gate, and we're ready to decorate inside. So, water trough, hay bale, yellow carpet for the straw and the hay, brown carpet for the poo-poo patches, and then we'll need a lantern, and I'll put some bushes around to decorate around the outside. But I think that looks fine for a simple animal enclosure. And then we move on to the main house. So I'm going to put a simple square down for the floor. Mine's not going to be too big, but you might want to make yours a little bit bigger. You could come forward a little bit more, perhaps. But I want to leave quite a large area for the garden because bees eat a lot of flowers and they need a lot of flowers. Well, they eat the pollen from the flowers, the nectar. So we need to create quite a large flowery garden. So we do the mishmash stone blocks again. And that's our base, our foundation. And then we'll put some steps going up into the main building. I'll use oak for this. And then we'll go back onto the stone walling. Once we get up to first floor height, we can tie the lean-to into the actual main building with another course of oak steps. We'll go too high with the stone walling. You can see how not only have you got the mishmash of different types of stone, but you've got a difference in depth of wall as well, which looks quite nice. Now I'm going to use stone slabs to make a stone brick, and the reason I've done this is because I couldn't be bothered to look in and find a stone block, so I just used the slabs that I had at hand. So I've come up with a stone block on top of the stone walling, and then I'm going to put a half slab for the flooring in, and you can see how you've got the different depths of wall on the inside. It looks good. And here we're going to put in those steps to tie in the lean-to. Now I'm going to come up 2 blocks and fill in with white concrete, and then I'm going to go up and do a little bit more. The reason I go 2 high and not 3 high is because I find it easier. An easier height to deal with when you're filling the blocks in, and then I sort of float for the next level. There we go. And on the corners, do some upside down moss covered stone brick, and just 3 around each corner, and it looks as if it's holding the roof up. Looks really good. So that's our first row of the roof. Then I'll fill in with some more concrete, and we'll pop the second row up. And then we're going to change design on the roof, because I want some windows up there for the bedroom. There we go. And then we'll pop a full block in the corners, and then we're just going to go front to back now and put a more triangular roof in. And then we'll start building the blocks around where the windows are going to be. So a full block either side of the windows, and then continue with our triangular roof. And then when we've done this side, we'll need to put 2 full blocks over the top of the windows, and then we can put the ridge line in. There we go. Looks quite good, doesn't it? Now for a chimney, because every good house has a chimney and a roaring fire. So half stone slab, so it looks as if it's floating above the ground. Then we go back to our walling. I'm going 3 wide, so we end up with a 1 block fire inside. I'll have to knock out the roof a little bit, and then when I get to the rooftop here, I'm going to have to go back 1 so that we've got a solid chimney and not just a single wall. So it's 2 blocks thick. And we'll finish the cheeks of the chimney here or the fireplace rather, pop in a floor upstairs, and we'll use these trapdoors for our ladder. Now you have to squat to get the ladder on the trapdoors, because if you don't squat, the trapdoor will just open and close. So there we go. And we'll use trapdoors to create a little cupboard unit in the corner here. I'll knock those out and pop some bookshelves up. There's our fire, our windows, front and back. And upstairs we'll put some steps in to sit our windows in our loft in. And squat again, do the little wee wee dance for our candle. There's our bed. And when you put these books into this bookshelf, it plays a little tune. It's really cool. Now for our kitchen. Now if we do our wee wee dance, we can put these black stone pressure plates on top as worktop, and we can also put these item frames in with these black stone pressure plates as handles for our kitchen cupboards. There we go. And I'm going to use these copper rods as the table legs, and we'll use dark oak trapdoors for the backs of the chairs and the table tops. We'll put 4 seats in and 2 tables, just in case we have friends around for tea. Now our front door. And the trapdoors again for the shutters on the windows, do that both sides. Some lanterns. And then I'm going to put a chain down here with a pot on the bottom, a honey pot. And we'll decorate the front of the house with some more honey pots and some tables. And then we need to go around and do all our decorations with beehives and vines and things. Here's our cherry tree for our bees. And we're just going to go crazy with flowers everywhere. We'll knock out some blocks in the cellar and put some iron bars in. And there we have it. Try and make the decoration on the outside of the house blend in with the other buildings in the village. I think that looks really nice. I think it blends in quite well. So let's go visit. So we'll pop our animals in here, or our chickens. Look, we've got a little mud brick at the bottom of the stairs. A nice big airy cellar. And here's our kitchen, nice and cosy. I'd pop round for a cup of tea, some supper. Great views from the windows. Our bedroom. More great views. And I've popped these beehives all the way around. Well, thank you everybody for watching. If you like my videos, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.